the unfortunate thing for us right now is that there are only 3 ways to leave a domain of dread. 1, the Dark Lord allows you to leave. Very hard, because it seems that the mists around Harakir are not cooperative. 2, we defeat the Dark Lord. This will end the domain of dread.
Yeah, it collapses. He's not sustaining it.
And 3, the Raven Queen offers you passage out of a domain of dread. That is the hardest one. The House of the Raven Queen is difficult, to say the least.
I think Giles looks up from his work. He's like, so wait, hold on. Pause. So you're telling me it's easier to kill this gigantic thing that you're describing rather than asking for passage
from the Raven Queen? Yes. What Yuvine, what do you know what number they're on? She's like, beats me, man. That's your thing.
It's like, you can get to the astral plane from here. Sort of.
It's like, I think it's the 3rd Raven Queen, if I'm not mistaken.
Ethereal, not astral. My bad.
Oh, you can. Still dangerous.
What's the challenge with the Raven Queen? I don't understand that.
Well, you know her personally?
I do not know her personally.
Yeah, well, there's the challenge.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, like, I understand that. Okay, so yeah, we don't have direct sort of connections with the.
Also, why is it the Raven Queen? What does she have that we can't just ask? Like,
and does she technically, is she like at a higher level of like badassery than
she's a Raven
than the
Queen,
cultist
clearly.
or something?
Obviously,
like, is it, like,
100%.
do they have power over the? Does she have power over the cultists? Is that what's going on here?
She has power over the Shadowfell itself.
It's just a bunch of birds.
All ravens are elite.
The House of, from what I hear, I'm not completely learned on this, but from what I know, the House of the Raven Queen, from the first Raven Queen, has shaped cities and things within the Shadowfell. It falls under their domain. The domains of dread are particularly aligned to the Dark Lords themselves. However, I find it strange that this one was sealed away on Amaset, and right when it awoke, almost like a failsafe, a domain of dread sprouted around it. It makes me think of influence from the House of the Raven Queen. But that is only a theory.
Nobody say it.
But getting access to her citadel is, and even petitioning the Raven Queen would be a hard job. There may be only one that I can think of who would have sway over her. Well, 2, I mean, the deity Mott herself. And someone at the station of High Seeker could maybe have sway over her.
We can't do that one.
Why is that?
What?
I think you see Aerith kind of like look down a little bit too, like, what's that? Why is that?
Oh, got the question.
Demi, what did you do?
Fucking, what do you do?
I think I don't know.
Everyone was involved except for Thea for some stupid reason.
You did what? You think you see Aerith like, it's not that
big
big
of a deal.
of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Bother. It's like you see.
So, 3 options. We ask him to let us out nicely, and if he doesn't let us out nicely, then we kill his ass and collapse this whole thing. Or
Yes.
we've
Who is it though?
No, 2 options. Yeah, never mind. I just ran the numbers. I don't think I can. I got nothing.
I'm gonna whisper over to Demi. It's like, wait, what do we do with Mod again? I'm blanking out.
Do you remember Kryn?
What about Kryn?
My God.
You have to understand, my brain is like at max capacity all the time here. Anything that like happened several months ago got shoved out.
Demi rolls their eyes, although you can't see that, but just that anybody is thinking more or faster than they are. But she will oblige you and say, okay, on Kryn, we hit that temple, which happened to be the Temple of Mott, and we definitely fucked with the High Seeker.
Oh, that fucking thing. Oh,
This is a whisper.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll something for Karen.
I'm like, I think Karen, if he's looking at the side conversation, he just sees Giles like put his hands to his temples and just like go wide-eyed, just like, oh.
Stealth 27.
Autumn's lighting a cigarette.
Yeah, I think on a dirty 20, he looks over and sees that, and he's like, looks over at Aerith. He's like, well, like I said, 3 options. The last one is the hardest.
Yep.
However,
Yep.
I think what we do know
So
is this. Well, go ahead.
We're stuck here.
We are stuck here, unfortunately. You see Cell like the Sultari kind of like looks like, oh, that is bad news. Oh, that's bad news.
Who's this guy?
Hello, I'm Sultari Cell. I came here with your friend there.
Are you from the Sildrum?
Yes. Oh, you found it. Aha.
We've been there. How'd you get in this mess?
Well, as if you've heard, the Sildrum has been tasked with figuring out how to end the storm. And,
they're doing really, really good at that so far.
Well, hey, we'd sent a homunculi in, some scouts, and we sent people in as well. I was in one of the groups with people in, and when we stepped through...
How many people?
A group about 8 of us that went through.
Okay, so there's definitely more people here that weren't sent in by Seldrum, which means they were probably here when this popped off. Here being like wherever we're supposed to be on Amazon.
You mean the city of Muhar? As Karen kind of... The thing that I've heard about domains of dread is that sometimes whole cultures of people exist inside a domain of dread. As you kind of like, luckily he looks over like that, noticing that you're on the outside of town. These people, in our research, Harakir is the name of an ancient kingdom of Amaset. Looking at the ruins and symbols that the cult uses, they are close to Amaseti. I think you hear like, yeah, when we said Amaset, the people were confused, but they understood. They said it sounded like a word in their language. Yes, so these people could be from this Octopod's time, trapped in the domain with him.
But they read. Fuck. The domain is new. Right?
That I do not know. But what I do know is that when we stood at the ancient city and looking at some of the architecture of Muhar as we were sneaking around in there, it matched. So I do not know. Like I said, it's not my field of expertise, but the way I see it, we have some issues here. For one, this disciple Gersa is the one in charge of this cult. Him resurrecting a bone naga is dangerous. The Naga's spirit or guardian otherwise, they hold knowledge of. You see him, he's like putting the calculus together. He's like, so that is how they did it. You see Uvine like, give him a moment. It's wizard stuff. Oh, okay.
Let him cook.
This is how I wondered how the cult got the quietest spike, so this is interesting. If he resurrected the bone naga, he asked it about hidden and ancient knowledge. And I think, Indemi, you remember Falco saying that the spirit nagas and guardian nagas all came to one place, and there was like an uproar about the quietest spike being stolen. He used the knowledge from the bone naga that he resurrected, because bone nagas, because he resurrected, it had to answer his questions. He found out about the quietest spike and about Octopot and sought to resurrect him. So this bone naga is an issue if it's giving knowledge to the cult. It's one of our problems, yeah. We can also figure out if Gerza has this bone naga, we can figure out what exactly he wants to do for Octopot. What his purpose is. I heard mentions of it somewhere in Bukhar, but I'm not 100% sure where it is. You hear another UVNA pipe out. Our other problem is this armored guy that he keep calling Arliss. He seemed to be counter to what, at least us, he fought us on
Just don't know how
site.
he knew we were gonna be here.
You see Karen like, really?
Yeah,
We're not 100% sure, but
that's the hunch.
it's a
Yep.
good hunch.
Mm.
We know someone knew we were gonna be here. I suspect it was Arliss, but
Above table, quick question.
Yeah.
Are the sending stones able to communicate between dimensions, or is it they have to be on the same
Yes.
dimension?
20% chance of failure.
it's the sending spell. So
Yeah, there's
True.
a high chance of failure. You remember the Aerith tried to sending through here as well, and it did not go well for her.
and it will use the charge regardless if it succeeds.
So you could. What I will say is that there's going to be a lot of interference, if anything, if it does go through. That makes sense.
Okay.
But you can try.
Yeah, I will be
5% chance.
I'll be very succinct in terms of what info needs to get across.
Okay.
I think I pull out the sending stone and address it to the ship. And I think Giles says
25 words.
Yep. I'm going to make it 5 words, though. Yeah, Giles says, we're alive, gonna be here a while. 7 words, whatever.
Okay, give me a D100 real fast.
Yerp.
It's all 6s and 7s.
It does go through.
Let's go.
I think we see Mycroft receive this message. I'm going to roll a D100 to see if what she says comes back to you.
Pain.
Very low. What you get back is it comes through, but it's interference. It's like, okay, we're hoping that you... Are you guys okay? That's all come. That's all.
Wait, who's that? No! No!
As you kind of hear back, like, Karen sees you do that, like, any luck?
Yeah, a lot of interference, but
Makes sense.
it sounded like our message got across to them.
Good.
I guess if anything, it's just they're wondering if we're okay. So
I always love when I get a message from someone and the first thing is, "I'm alive."
You gotta. Although getting the message does answer that question.
It does. It does. It also is like, well, we knew you were going to be gone for a few days. Wasn't really jumping to you're dead. Now I'm worried about what's going on.
Now I'm concerned.
No.
yeah.
What you've done, you've concerned me.
Also, what's with the static? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Anyway.
next time we shorten our message and just repeat it a couple of times. Make sure we get that through.
Yeah, that's fair.
That could work.
You could have said it like 3 times or something.
Yeah.
As fast as you can.
Yeah, I tried to
I
contact.
don't know if it's a speed thing or I don't know how it works.
I tried to
I don't get it
contact the
either.
others in the Mages Guild, but the interference from the storm was great, and I had been captured too. So I can try when I've recovered my strength.
Aerith's tried explaining to me how the spell works a bunch of times. I just
She looks at her. They look at their father like, I mean, he's trying. It's like, well,
it's speed, right? It's about speed. It's about saying it fast enough.
not quite, but
okay.
I wish.
The semantics of it all. This is why I could never be a wizard.
But like I said, Disciple Gerza is an issue for us. The Bone Naga could be an interesting thing for us to find. We could know what the cult is looking for. Because if you, Evania will pipe up and be like, yes, Demi.
Not a question, more of a statement, actually. I don't care what the cult is doing. I want to get out of here.
You see Evania like, we have a job to do. And Gerza is, needs to pay for what he's done. I think you see a darkened look on Evania's face, and you see kind of Karen kind of show like try to not show a different face because his child is here, but it's like
Karen show a different face challenge.
Yeah. He's like, Evania is correct. The cult didn't just resurrect Octopot. They had stolen corpses and resurrected them as mummies. They had killed people, disappeared them, and turned them into undead. They will pay for the misuse of magic.
Mon, you got that look in your eye.
Yeah.
We did come here to do a job.
I know you came here to do a job. How do I put this?
You may speak freely here. You did help me out.
No, it's not that I am trying to not offend anyone. It's literally, how do I put these into words? You aren't allowed to die because that's the whole reason we're here.
Yeah, it'd be a real insult.
I do understand revenge. You got me there. You got me on that one.
What, justice? One of those.
Sure. Whichever one you're more interested in. How strong is this guy? Is this cult leader?
Gerza?
Is Gerza the high priest or priestess?
No.
Shit.
Here is
There's more
now,
of them.
now we get to the interesting
Okay.
part. High Priestess Isu, the one who captured me. She is pledged to Octopot. She is from here, the domain.
Okay.
The domain itself. She is the ruler of Muhar. I think it's. I mean, you saw the city. You remember the wise you stepped through the city. There was like, shops and townsfolk. It was later, but there was like the guard and the cultists there. I think when you were in there, you saw the cultists in their attire. But as you were running, you saw the guard. They were in different attire. They were affiliated with the cult. I think you think their goals align per se, right? But two different factions. It's like High Priestess Isu is devout in her worship of Octopot, seeing him as a god king. She rules Muhar and the many people who are there. She is their spiritual leader. My presence and Yuvini's presence is a affront to her rule, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's why I was captured. But your question of Gerza is he is our main target. He is if it was me, Yuvini, and Godot, it would be a simpler job. But
What's
What do you?
what's good?
What is your goal?
Our goal
That's
is
a better question.
Our goal is to put an end to Disciple Gerza.
Alive?
Dead.
That's better.
And we must dispel the bone naga that he resurrected as well. That is also one of our goals too. We cannot let that leave.
You don't think it would be stuck here?
I'm not sure. I think you see even like this high priestess. I mean, if she gets in the way, well, you see the UNA shrugs.
Hit list. Gerza. Bone Naga. Octopod. Probably.
Fighting Octopot might be an issue. This is why we need.
You don't
we
say.
We need more information. He would. This is a mummy lord, someone who can control the magic of this whole plane, and controls. As I heard whispers of the high priests and cults. They seem emboldened by his presence.
A meager flame.
They are not. They have not shown, or he's not shown his face to the people. He speaks through.
He's wrapped up. He's a mummy lord.
You see him like, you share Godot's humor.
Yeah, it sounds like we're not taking this seriously, but you can trust us.
In a different world, I could just pretend to be the mummy lord.
Hang on. Maybe we do.
Maybe. I'm sure that Disciple Gerza would not bring the Bone Naga with him. Possibly he trusted the High Priestess with it, as I did not see or hear of him in my time in the cell. Ever being there, the guards who came in never mentioned the disciple by name.
Why didn't they conveniently discuss everything in front of you?
If only. They were confident, to a fault. They did not ever check my prison, and I was able to gather all those bones of the rats. So, stupidity is, or I should say, overconfidence breeds a stupidity.
It's a slow and insidious killer.
That it is.
Well, nothing can ever be easy.
Correct.
Thea, I need you to
There's
make me
that second shoe I was looking for.
Thea, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
We out here smoking filter.
Mm-hmm. Thea, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Keep an eye out for the third.
Get a third leg?
Something tells me someone here does.
Thea, this one is intense. It doesn't even like. Usually you can ride it out, but this vision washes over you. Instantly, you are a fly on the wall next to a cliff face. You see someone running quickly. He's in black robes. You know these robes. They are the cultist robes. They're running away. Do you look back to see what he's running from?
Yes.
He's here. Walking slowly. Arliss.
John D&D.
John D&D himself. Arliss.
He's got the villain walk where he's always keeping up with you somehow. That's fucked up, man.
Hey.
He's got the
Next to him, you see in his gauntleted hand, there's a body of a like Yuan-Ti masculine form cultist. He's clutched in his gauntlet. He's dragging his body. He's the same kind of cultist robes. He like throws the guy's body around. You see in his hand a kanabo, a hexagonal club. It's only in one hand, and you see he kind of walks toward this person running. You see as you look back behind Arliss, there's the bodies of 9 cultists arranged and scattered in various ways, all dead. You see the last one running or getting back towards the corner. Do you follow him through the vision?
Yes.
He turns the corner, he gets to a dead end. As you hear Arliss say, "There's no running. You're going to tell me why you came here. What were you searching for?" As you can see, the man kind of see the masked and armored face, the eyes, the starry kind of eyes of an astral elf looking and piercing through him. As he's like, we weren't searching for anything. We were just, and you see the kanabo, the club, slam down on the cultist's leg, breaking it instantly. And then you hear it slam again, and again. As he kind of like is bleeding, you see Arliss move forward and give me a perception check to hear what he says to Arliss. The DC is going to be 17.
Man.
You see him whisper something, but you can't perceive it. And you hear Arliss say, "Good. I'll find it in your stead." And you hear the kanabo slam into the guy's head, and you exit the vision.
Okay.
You feel woozy, sick to your stomach because of how forceful you were pulled into the vision. Everyone, you all notice this. You see Karen like,
Before we get into the back into the RP of it all,
What's up?
I'd like to just really, really politely say, like, actually, fuck you, because I have had, new Thea vision drops, probably every single bingo board for the last like 2 months. And do you know what I don't have on my bingo board?
Hey, you know.
Like, that's fucked up. Are you kidding me?
I'm getting my ass beat. I mean, hey. Hey, Arliss is
Anyway.
as you're back here, I think everyone is concerned because you visibly, I think, see. Tell me what you look like, Thea, as you're pulled out of this vision.
Describe yourself.
Describe yourself
No,
as you're pulled out.
Yeah, do it. Coward.
As you're pulled out of this vision.
Describe yourself. Describe yourself.
As you're pulled out of this vision, Thea, yeah, describe what you're feeling, what you look like. What's the look on your face? Have you just seen the carnage that Arliss has inflicted on the cult?
Thea is on the floor, visibly sweating, hyperventilating. I feel like she was starting to do that while she was in the vision. as in like she was panicking while she was in the vision and panicking outside, and now she's kind of snapped out of it, and she's still in that state, like completely inconsolable, just yeah, a mess basically. Gully is a mess.
What do you all do? As Thea is here, I think Karen's like, is she alright? You see Aerith kind of move toward you. The rest of you, what are you guys doing?
Light a cigarette.
Oh, they don't give a fuck. That's crazy.
I guess
crazy.
Giles briefly notices the sound of someone collapsing and breathing very heavily. And he looks up momentarily from his work. It's like, oh, Thea found a new vision. What did you find, Thea?
You see Yuvine stand up. And like, she'll pick you up, Thea, and like put a hand on your shoulder. You're like, you're alright. Breathe. Just breathe.
You know, in video games, when you get like a text box saying someone will remember that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah,
remember that, Giles.
Yeah, I flick
They'll
Giles on the
notice
side of
that.
I flick Giles on the side of the forehead, and I'm like, maybe you don't have to shout that. Crap.
Sorry.
We're not exactly alone.
True.
You see, you hear Yuvine kind of put a hand on your shoulder, like, just breathe. Feel what's real around you. Remember where you are. Remember who you're with. And breathe. And you hear her, like, hum. Just like, she's not the best. Actually, she actually hums really well. Freaking natural 19. You hear her hum a song, and you remember this song. Nazareth sang this song as well.
Damn Jesus.
You remember the the
JJ Naz?
acolyte that was in the accordance, the one who trained with you briefly while you were there. Also Yuanti, an Urdian Yuanti. As you hear that song, you remember what Naz said to you about this is a song from the earth elementals and the gargoyles. As you hear her kind of hum this calming song, you're grounded here. Kind of matching your breath with the wind and shifting of the sand. As she kind of like stops and like sits you down a little bit, like, are you all right?
Yeah, much better now, thank you.
It's all right to be scared.
Warren will take a drag of the cigarette and then squat down and blow smoke away from Thea before offering the cigarette.
You know what? Thea has never smoked a day in her life, ever, but she takes the cigarette and puffs it.
Give me Constitution saving throw. DC, just DC 12. Just DC 12 con save.
Oh, she's been smoking 20 a day. She's her.
I think you remember.
You're supposed to breathe out. You're supposed to breathe out.
Stop.
Just comes out her nose.
I think you remember that Thea is essentially part of a crime network. So like, we could remember Mydol being like, I mean, sure thing.
Hasn't partaken, but she knows how to. But she
her secondhand lungs are killer.
You remember Mydol passing you like yeah. I got some of that Underdark pack. You want some?
Oh shit.
I think you remember that.
Got that third market moss.
That third market moss for real. I think you remember that. Briefly, you were hacking and like coughing a bit and Mydol making fun of you. But this time you're just like so stressed that you just like pull a bit of it and just let go. And you see Uvina like, I mean, yeah, you could do that too. That's also calming.
Morn, could you do me another favor, if that's okay? Could you find something really heavy and throw it at Giles?
I already flicked him.
Thank you.
Giles looks up. Huh?
Make a death save.
As you're throwing something, I'm like, I like to start out with like lighter warnings, but then I look up over at Guile to see the objects fall in slow motion.
I will actually roll a dex save for this.
Yeah, sure. Give me that.
This all right. This is exactly like George W. Bush dodging the shoe.
Real.
Yep. You dodge a bedroll.
Yeah, I think Willow looks up and like kind of warns you, and you're like,
it's like, huh? Oh.
Like, are you here? You're Karen. Like, are you okay? See Aerith.
Yeah, that was just really intense, but
that one seemed to take more of a toll.
Yeah.
I think Aerith explains to Karen about the visions. Visions. I wish I was more studied in, like, my divination colleagues could help you out more. But
Charlie XCX starts. I got vision, show your mama.
My nose is bleeding. Guys.
That got me. Yeah, your nose is bleeding. The river floods, and yeah,
river floods with you.
You see, Karen, like, what did you see? If you don't mind me asking, if you're ready to speak on it.
Okay, a man repeats.
Speak on that shit. Speak on
Wizard moment, being like, oh, you had a vision.
Be on.
Truly a wizard moment, like, oh yes, you've inflicted by some sort of trauma. Explain.
Yo, type.
Yo. Type.
I saw Alice. Just doing
She instantly lost it.
Yeah.
I don't mean to like be glib, but no, for sure I don't know.
You need a hand?
What can I roll? What can I roll to make this go away?
I would never make you roll for your visions. You know,
Sis,
you know what they are.
Star
Sis.
Sayer explains everything. Star.
Sis, if I knew how to get rid of anxiety
Sis.
with a dice roll, I would tell you.
Yeah. We can say that you explain what you saw in your vision.
Yeah, that was basically what happened.
Yeah, explain that to him. He's like, so all this is against cult. So he has his own name.
Garlus is against everyone but himself.
I swear to God, if it comes to a circumstance where we are teaming up with Arliss, I'm just gonna.
My brain is so broken.
No. If we have to team up with the goddamn cult.
Yeah, I'm more likely to do that.
That's even, dude. I need to sleep. I think at this point,
I for sure thought Giles was going to say, if it comes to a circumcision. I don't know why I thought you were going to say that.
I'm marking he's a Brazilian.
Yeah.
I'm marking the Brazilian.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
For sure.
So
Giles, before
tired.
before you go to sleep, can you just come here for a second?
Hey, Giles, I wouldn't do that.
No, please, please.
Giles is going to roll perception.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what vibe are you putting forth, Thea?
Insight.
slight deception.
Yeah, you really deception check,
Giving
yeah.
the vibe of I just really need him to come over here for a second.
Yeah, give me a deception
Kind
check.
of
Or
looking
or
very.
give me deception, persuasion, whichever one.
Oh, I should have done persuasion. Well, it doesn't matter actually.
Yeah, Giles recognizes like something.
I think you see
Something might be relating back to the snarky comment that Giles has made earlier. He is contemplating currently whether he should face the actions of his consequences or delay the inevitable for another time.
While Giles is sat
The consequences of
contemplating
your
that,
actions,
I
even.
just stand
Oh,
up
shit,
and go, you
shit.
know
The
what?
actions of my
Screw
consequences.
this. And I walk up to Giles.
Well,
instead.
if it isn't the actions of my consequences.
Dude.
What do you do? Does a 14 hit your armor class?
How the turns have
That
tables.
does not hit my armor class.
Also, how angry is Thea right now?
Not livid, but she's like
On-
annoyed
Hmm.
enough to like whack him, you know?
Do you have
Honestly,
control?
consequences of my actions goes crazy, or actions of my
Yes.
consequences goes crazy.
Okay.
That could be the episode title right there.
It kind of goes crazy the more I think about it.
You think about it, it's damn.
The actions
damn,
of my
dude.
consequences. It's like, damn. That's just a. Damn, you're reflecting, huh? You're
Yeah, you are
introspective.
reflecting. Type. Yeah.
Type shit.
Damn, I didn't know you were pensive like that.
Damn.
You're in control. There, correct.
I'm just
Okay.
like annoyed, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I think you see the punch come and you kind of duck out of the way. I think there's a moment where like Yuvina is like, that's enough.
You got lucky, Giles.
Wait, did Demi try to double team?
Yeah, I was. The tail comes back, and I'm about to hit you in the back of the knees, and Yuvina's like, "There's enough of that." And I stop.
You see, we pan back to.
God, I'm sorry.
Karen,
I'm sorry.
like-
Jesus Christ.
So this artist was looking for something called.
Mhm.
This is a lot.
He does like artifacts.
Hmm.
Some kind of collector.
You see, kind of Cell will pipe up like, huh. I wonder what the
No,
cult
why?
is.
I feel like a fucking idiot. Like, of course, he could just be looking for things, and we happen to be here, and it's a happy coincidence that he can get revenge at the same time.
What? So it's like, does this artist guy hate you for some reason?
I
Stole
think
from
we're
him.
always in his way.
Hmm.
We do
Nuisance.
seem to be, yeah.
Hopefully my colleagues in the Siltari are not.
We directly
gotten
stole
in his
from him,
path.
but
Oh.
we also just keep seeming to intersect.
Hmm.
And
I do hope they're all
To-
right.
the ocean's vast, and yet we keep bumping into each other.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I assumed they were chasing us, but
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
3
they're
times
not.
is a pattern, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What are they looking for? If it isn't, then I look at Thea.
Does he want the quietest spike for himself?
I think you see
What
Karen
does
like,
it do?
I had not
I mean,
thought of
obviously you can resurrect a mummy lord.
that. I did not think of
Or
that.
a
Third.
bone naga. Which one happened? Did they resurrect the bone naga separately, and then that one?
I mean, according
That
to
one told them how to find the quietest spike, and then they used that on
That is-
Octopod.
That is
I
how
got
what
it.
I gather.
I got
The,
it.
the quietest spike was locked away, and
And what is
only the Nagas knew
what
about
exactly? What exactly does it do?
it. Supposedly,
Run me through it again.
it changes the makeup of humanoids.
It's a makeover device. I see.
Um,
Get glow up.
the person who forged it,
I haven't done my makeup in a hot minute.
the person who forged it, used it to create abyssals, to create and turn humanoids into demons, to forge them into demonic forces.
One just scribbles down, change the makeup of a being into his notebook, and is like pacing, just repeating it. Starts biting his nails.
Though there was an age where, this is the legend says, long ago, this forger forged demons on Amaset, changing mortals into an army of demons. For when he crossed paths with a entity, one known as the Beast, the Red Beast of the Sands, it is said that she defeated this forger.
Red Beast, huh?
Defeated this forger, ripped out his neck.
Does this ring a bell?
It does to me.
Yeah,
Dylan.
Obviously,
it does to
obviously,
me.
you and me are locked in, but is there any?
No shot.
No.
It does. No shot. It rings a bell. Come on.
She said the Beast bit at his neck, ripped out
Well,
his
actually,
throat.
GM.
Yeah.
Does it ring a bell?
Give me a... Well, you would need to roll for this. I think the way you hear it, it ripped out his neck, or bit his neck, ripped it, and took the spike and sealed it away from him. And I think there's accounts of this. He's like, do I have my notes with me? He pulls out one of his spell book, and inside there's, the mini papers that Falco had. I was like, oh, this opens up a depiction of a man, his throat completely like bleeding, like it's like an ancient drawing.
Medieval artwork.
Yeah, there's blood falling out from onto his chest. He's on his knees on the sand. You see that the quietest spike is in the hand of a woman, but you see like her long red hair is like flowing, her fangs extended, like she has like these claws. She's still like clothed in these very like almost tribal like clothing, much like how the Jackalware had. It's like more traditional style clothing, and you see that she has a quietest spike in her hand over him, and you see his army of like a depiction of these armies of demons just like on the ground. She's like has triumph over him. Her face looks familiar, even though it's like a rendering of a face. You see her red eyes.
Boy, man, if only there was like a bald adjacent person in our party that was looking at this picture right now.
Yeah, on him.
Can I also take a look at the picture?
Yeah. I think he's putting it in a
Buzzcut.
It's a buzz cut. Yeah. He's showing you the drawing.
Bald adjacent.
Bald adjacent.
He's showing you the picture
Probably
just
a little
to all of you.
now. We
He's
haven't
like,
had a haircut in a while.
True.
he's like, I took it.
True.
I took it. It was actually a nice picture. Here you go. He's like sets it there on him. This is the one you would know. You would know her true name, would you, Autumn? Did you ever ask her true name, or ask Allium her true name?
I don't know, honestly. I feel like I have. I don't remember it off the top of my head, though.
For sure. This is you. When you see her, you remember. You would not have forgotten the faces of the immortals. You first saw if your existence was necessary. Even though it's a different kind of rendering of her face, this looks like so much like Sarah Fletcher.
Come on, check it out. This looks like the woman you were flirting with.
God, I've never been more vindicated in my life giving Delos that sending stone. Y'all could eat. I'm so based.
I'm not making the connection. I'm just Demi thinks it's funny.
I'm not making the connection either. I'm just so vindicated. I'm just.
Yeah, I think Anam, you see it and you're like, oh, he's like, yeah, they said when the forger was slain, instead of taking the power for herself, or the Red Beast of the Sands, gave the spike to the Nagas and let them seal it away.
So you said the red beast of the sands?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that mean something to you?
It's just, Autumn's gonna light another cigarette.
Fucking give me one of those. Shit.
Would you guys
What?
quit
Me
chain
too.
smoking? My God.
I'm
Look at
gonna
the situation
piggyback
we're in.
light the cigarette for Demi before I hand it over to them.
Do you ever think we're a bad influence, Emmy?
On
Stupid question.
Well, I think
yeah, like it depends. The answer is yes, but how?
Right. It's just
I'm not sure how the old disciple Gerza used the spike to somehow maybe he retuned it to resurrect an octopod of some sort. You'd have to have hands on the artifact to truly know what it does.
I mean, it's gonna be that, you know. It's gonna be that. That's gonna be what it is.
I mean, I'd say at least we know how to beat them, but like, that's how you beat everybody. You tear out their throat, it's kind of
Right?
night. It's
Yeah.
not like a weakness. It's not like we learned a secret weakness.
If they embedded the spike into octopod, maybe we need to remove it somehow.
That's just where it was.
Yes. It was not.
Maybe. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Wouldn't that make them undead, right?
Who? Octopod?
Oh, I would assume.
Yes.
I would assume
very
Mummy
much
Lord is
so.
undead for sure. Yeah.
Very much so. He is undead.
So necromancy.
Welcome to the
Welcome to the
beginning
conversation.
of this.
Welcome to the conversation, my
shit.
friend.
No, but I'm saying, could you not, in theory, use more necromancy to just take over the pre-existing necromancy? You know, stack necromancy.
You
It does
saying
not.
three right turns make a left.
It does
Exactly.
not work that way.
Why not?
We do not.
You tried it.
I don't know the sequel code for that. Can't just inject it.
The path of necromancy is not to raise humanoids. You see, Evgeny is
Sure
like.
seems like a lot of that going on for not the path.
You see, Evgeny like scoff. That's why we do what we do.
I mean, the path of evocation isn't to burn down villages, but it doesn't stop people.
Yeah. Even and you also hear even maybe like, and those mages get their due.
I look at Thea like, was that a good analogy? Was that?
Autumn's gonna
There's too
start
busy smoking.
flipping through a book.
It's just
They're
There's fucking smoking.
realizing aware. It's just realizing what he's done.
Our job.
She's smoking the fucking filter.
We out here smoking filter. It's bad.
It's dire. It's dire.
It's truly dire.
Dire straits.
I think Karen's like, our main purpose is to make sure that magic users who deal in forbidden magics and experiment and use magic in a way that hurts others, that they are terminated. And even it's like, or captured, depending on their threats. But Disciple Gerza is too much of a threat to be captured.
Okay, Mace.
But it's not how that works. I think you remember the conversation, Lauren, about why Karen never resurrected his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Hey, so I mean, obviously this is going to be like a ritual. You just have to,
yes,
you just have to stop the ritual.
they're searching for.
They're fragile.
What
Yes.
ritual?
To bring back John Jockdrock or whatever the fucking.
He's already
I thought
back.
they did that.
He's
and that's
already
why
back.
we're
No,
here and not in the
Right,
desert.
right,
on all
right.
this stuff.
The fucking.
The Bone Naga?
Oh my god! I'm so
That
there's
was before that.
There's too many pieces.
I
And Arliss
understand.
is there somewhere.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, you may.
I
It's
think
like,
I think we should sleep on this.
Yes.
Very well.
Yeah.
I concur.
Very well. In the morning, we plan.
At dawn, we plan looking ass.
Mm-hmm.
At dawn.
As you all
All right.
tuck in for the evening, sitting around a fire, I think there's much to think about here. I think we move toward the next day, and I'll ask you, what is the plan? You all know that the cult is searching. The cult is searching for something. We know that we don't know the location of the bone naga. But we know that it's fragile and valuable, so it has to be somehow protected somewhere. We know that Disciple Gerza is somewhere out there. And we know that Octopot has he's not fully shown himself here. So there's something to there as well.
Right. So I figured out what I was trying to say last night, and I was too fucking exhausted.
Yeah?
With the whole ritual thing.
Yeah.
With what I understand about magic,
Okay.
is that no magic lasts forever, even a ritual. And so if this ritual is lasting forever to keep him here, there's got to be some point of like tether or something. I don't know exactly. I don't know the specifics here, but like something we could break or some like to disrupt what's keeping him here.
Right. There,
Hmm.
it's either duration or concentration.
Yeah, if he's just here and it's not, then they've like put that job onto someone permanently or onto something permanently.
Yes.
Autumn's
True.
still frantically flipping through the pages of his books, and he comes to a
I mean,
page where he's
maybe that falls onto the quietus. Maybe that's what it makes it so special. Is it?
It's an anchor.
It's the anchor.
No, you're onto something, Morn. That is what
We just need to get
tying him here.
I mean, that was always the goal. We just need to get the quietus.
What you got there, Angel Boy?
if we found a piece of the ritual or some object, right? Could we use like dispel magic just to kill the ritual, kill the necromancy?
Possibly.
Just like the whole
it would
thing, or does that not work like that?
It would be a very powerful spell.
I mean, that's
Right.
what you're saying, Morn, right?
Well,
The
something like that. Like I either
This destabilize the system.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
However we have to do it. I feel like the dispel magic thing would be like a band-aid, right? Where we could and then take care of it while it's temporarily gone. But
Yeah.
it has the
That's why
same
I don't-
problem, right? Of like all magic here, there's a duration attached to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
What
still
else?
have to figure out a long-term solution.
What I will
That's
say,
exact. I don't understand how all the puzzle pieces are supposed to fit together. I get pieces of this, but I don't
Yeah, I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know. We
figure
need
it out.
something more concrete here.
of course,
Yes.
I got the bordered in the puzzle done in my brain, but I don't have the inside finished yet.
Yeah.
Yuvine did step out for a moment to meet with a contact, so we can gather
Okay.
ourselves and then wait. It's like, oh, he's like, I feel fully
But if
rested
it's-
myself.
If it's something like implanted, right? Like that I don't know if like
That's
I
why
don't
she
know
ripped
if-
and teared.
yeah, I don't know if dispel magic would be powerful enough, other than just
It's
the
got
band-aid.
I mean, this is like this is clearly some like ancient shit. It's beyond. It's not just about magic. It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's ancient necromancy. It's tied to life as well.
Of course. So let's meet. Thea, if you would give me a perception check as you kind of wake up and are a bit further out from the group here. As they're kind of talking about stuff and
It's just
making your bearings.
circles anchor.
15. You see Yuvine kind of at the edge, like kind of waiting for someone. Kind of toward a bit further out from the tent, kind of like waiting alone. What do you do?
I'm gonna go up to them.
She's like, oh, you didn't have to come to see
Uh,
me.
yeah, is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my contact to show up. Same person who let me know where Karen was. They've been pretty
Okay.
pretty helpful. With a 15, you see something moving in the desert. Kind of like running toward you. The two of you's like, as you're talking with Yuvina, you can like look behind them and you see it. It's a small, maybe like, size of a dog animal. Kind of moving quickly through the whatever vegetation in the riverbed. But you see it. What do you do? It's kind of green eyes reflect back toward you.
I'm gonna point out the dog behind them
What?
and be like, is that what you're looking for, or?
Oh. Yeah. One sec. Honestly, it might be good to come in numbers. Follow me. You head down toward the river, across the riverbed as you get to the tall grass on the other side. You see the creature. Transform in front of you. Shift from a small jackal into a human. As you can like see her long black furred tail for a moment. You see her in front of you, a human looking woman, but what betrays her is those jackal like eyes. You see her long black hair. She's quite tall. She's probably like 5'11", almost 6 feet. She's wearing these like traditional kind of clothes here. Kind of stands up, like stretches, and then gets on guard, like reaches for a like you see her claws shift into the jackal claws as she kind of like is on edge as she sees you. She sees Yuvine relax and sees you hands shift to that like hybrid form, like she's about to attack you. What do you do?
Fuck.
You see Yuvine like, oh wait, it's okay. She's with me. Alice, calm down. You're kind of like the hands shift back to your like regular, just human hands. I said no surprises, Yuvine. I mean, we got some more people to join our cause, so. Yeah, she like bumps Yuvine bumps the shoulder, and do you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm Thea.
So like kind of like move closer to you. You see her tail like kind of black tail kind of shift a little bit. She'll kind of move closer to you, kind of like circle you a little bit. You smell different.
Excuse me?
You don't smell like you're from here. You smell like
Oh, no, I'm not from here at all.
you smell like, I don't know, the sea, almost like nothingness. You see her, the green eyes kind of narrow. Alice kind of puts a hand up to you and like shakes your hand.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, you like, do you have news for us, Alice? You wanted to know if there was any information, and there was. I heard some things. People don't really look out for me, especially when I'm small. The priestess is upset that the wizard is gone. She has ordered her guard to. She's put more guard at the temple. Like she's protecting something. When I snuck into the where the guard captains are, they spoke of a bone creature they were keeping safe. They don't know what it is. I tried to get further in, but they kicked me out. Told me to scram. Luckily, they didn't kill me, but that's all I got. You see Yuvine kind of like narrow, kind of like, So they did have it in there. Appreciate it, at least. I mean, you see her kind of move up like, hey, you promised me that you would let me leave this place. I want to see the world outside of this place. Now that I know there's more. As you give me a insight check, Thea, as you see Elise stare down Yuvine.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Damn.
What do you want to know and see within Elise in this moment?
oof.
Myself. Sorry.
Wait a sec. Go ahead.
I just want to know what she's like. I don't know. I don't know how to phrase this. Like what she's thinking right now, or like what
Sure.
the yeah.
With a natural 20, I think you remember hearing from the others about the Jackalware. You know that they are creatures of mischief, but you see a resolve in Elise of a hunger for exploration. Something that aligns with a particular deity philosophy that you've heard of out in Wildspace. The energy of the explorer, this like hunger to see what is beyond their sight. I think you feel that from them, that this is all genuine, that like there is no lying that you can see within this person. They want to get out of this place. And I think you clock into that innately and like know from that you know a lot about this person. I think even for yourself, you were on Brawl for such a long time, and when you expanded out from there and saw many different things about Wildspace and about the worlds, how much that changed your perspective. I think you see someone trying to do that here. What do you say to them here as you clock something core value within them, something deep within them?
Oh,
As you see, like they're like kind of looking a bit angrily toward Yvine, like agonistic here. Antagonistic, I should say.
I think I'm just gonna kind of let it play out a little bit. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm feeling like it's really my place to do it, like say anything. You
For
know?
sure. As you see that Yvine's like, I get it. I'll keep my promise, and if I can. You see, like, if you can. You said when I pulled you out of the desert and dragged you back to River Shelter, you said you would. You said you could get me out of here. Things have changed, Elise. You see that she kind of looks, darts her attention toward Yuthe, like, what? Because she's here? I smell different people
No,
from her too.
I promise I don't have anything to do with this.
Whatever. Go get your bone snake thing or whatever it is. Bone creature thing. And figure it out. And you see that she's like, you see Yuvini like gonna shake her head as you see Elise transform back into a jackal. And like Yuvini will be like, I would appreciate if you could at least give me information, see me again when time is right. Or since you know Thea now too, you feel more comfortable. Pass along anything that you hear to one of us. See the creature kind of nod and then dart off through the grass again, back out toward the sands. You hear Yuvine like sigh, like, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I sorry if I made anything worse or.
That's what I get for blabbing to the locals about stuff. At least we got some information. If you see if you see her around, just, keep an eye out for her.
Yeah.
In Muhar. As you step with Yuvine back from the riverbed, you step up toward the rest of the group gathered around here. Yuvine will share the information that the guard is protecting something, a creature of bone.
Guard where?
In Muhar.
Back to Mohar.
Yep.
And that was a half day from where we are?
Yeah. About like a let me check. You guys are already moving, so it's about like a day or so out from Rivers.
Mm.
You see Karen like, I probably shouldn't be seen in Muhar. And you see Sel like, that's probably smart. Mr. Janoris, who do you think should go, though? He's like, we could. I have a contact that's been around Mahar. She might be able to help, but it would be good if we laid low for a while, Karen. Would you all be willing to go? As you see Karen kind of step forward. It's much to ask of you.
And do what? Break the bone naga out? Kill it? Capture it? Ask it a question?
Yes, I might need to go along. Wait. Aerith. This time I taught you something from the school of necromancy. You see, like, Aerith's like, what? Okay.
Right now?
Yes. If the Bone Naga is under Disciple Girl's control, you'll just need to dispel this link. Give me some time with my daughter, and I will teach her this, and then they can go with you. I do not wish to be. The High Priestess might be looking for me, so I don't want to jeopardize what you all plan to do. If you can, the Bone Nagas are.
I'm gonna keep some comments to myself.
Mm-hmm.
The Nagas are they are repositories of knowledge, even in death. From what I hear from Falco, that even in death, they will still hold the knowledge that they have. If we can ask it some questions and then dispel it, that could be a plan. I would not. I do not want. I don't want to put you in harm's way, Era, unless you are willing to do this. But that is your group's decision and your decision as well. What say you all? You see Karen, like, essentially, like, not pleading before you, but see him in a difficult position where, like, I'll leave it above table here. If he goes with you, the threat level of this operation goes up, and the chances of High Priestess Isu interfering go up. If he does not go with you, the situation is a bit different. But that's your call as a table. You would have Karen Janoris with you. You would have a mage. However, the dangers increase.
That's fair. What level is Karen Janoris technically at?
He would be using the mage stat block, so he'd be quite strong. We don't do levels for our
no.
PCs. But he would be quite strong. So the choice is yours.
Team huddle.
Team huddle up.
Team huddle. Well,
It's like I didn't want him to come, but now that he's bringing it up and being like, I don't want to jeopardize the mission, but I do want to jeopardize my daughter. I'm like, I kind of want him to come now because fuck you.
I want him to come.
But
I can't say what I'm thinking.
do it, coward.
relax there.
He's not married anymore.
Widower moment.
Crazy.
Okay, now that
said
that's
what I
out,
said.
now that that's
I
out of
said
my
what I said.
system,
Let's go.
I don't think he should go with us.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we're here
I
is
think
for
you
him.
should.
That's the whole reason
So-
we're here. If if he goes with us, he dies.
He seems like
Yeah.
He
Aerith's
should
like,
not come
there's
with
no
us.
way it doesn't.
you see, Aerith's like, I get where he's coming from, and we just got him, and I would rather.
Yeah, we just got him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could just
so-
knock him out and take him back, and we don't do this.
Yeah, but we don't.
Did we, not
can't
just
leave.
like
We can't-
stow
yeah, we
him
can't
away
leave.
in the ship?
That's
I
the
know.
thing. The ship is outside.
I know. That's
Just
why I
put him
said
in,
I
like, a
wish.
cupboard. Yeah.
We can't leave, guys. Like,
We have to fucking solve the necromancer puzzle
Yeah.
to escape Harakir. So I don't think he should go with us. I think whatever
No.
he needs from this Bone Naga, Aerith, unfortunately, that's on you, babe. As for
Okay.
the rest of us, I guess our job is keep it tight and learn what we can. We're looking for Garza, and we're looking for that Quietus spike.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, we're not really looking for Garza. The two mage slayers over there are looking for Garza. We just need
Yeah.
Octobot to let us out.
we
Yeah, I'm,
We could
I know
maybe
that they
ask
want
Pretty
him
Please.
to be punished, but
If we don't see him before Octopot lets us out because we asked nicely, then whatever. Fucking
it's a great.
well
if
played.
it's convenient and he's right in front of us and I have a gun out, fantastic. I'm not going out of my way for him.
That's how I feel.
I mean,
Let's go get that
Yeah.
Bone Naga and let's figure out where this Lord of the Domain of Dread is.
okay.
If it comes to it, I can always do my best impression of the red witch or whatever she was called, the red demon.
Sarah.
Excuse
Sarah?
me?
Who?
What?
Huh?
Uh,
Huh?
That was her name.
Does she just look like a Sarah, or
yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
No, Sarah was
big-
the name
big
of
Sarah face.
that kid's mother, the one you get the sending stone to. Sarah
oh, you're right.
Forger. Fletcher.
You're right.
It was Forger.
Wait. Oh yeah, that was the kid's mom.
Wait. It's just it's a coincidence.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Imagine how crazy that would be, though.
What's
It's
Anand's
just,
face?
it's just another red-haired lady. It's just another red-haired lady. It's
Yeah,
fine.
What's Anand's face look like when he? is he
Onum
dead
Onum
serious?
is still chain smoking, flipping pages in his book frantically. He's not even really paying attention to the conversation right now.
He
God
didn't look up. He
fucking
just
damn
said
it.
Sarah.
Yeah, he just said Sarah out loud, and he's just mumbling to himself, like maybe remove curse. I don't.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna
There's
roll
so- that-
insight.
And I like. There's such an easy solution here.
Ask him
It's
directly.
right in front of us.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Why would I know? Oh my god. Nothing. I love that the person with all the answers in our party doesn't talk. Like unironically, I love this.
I was talking about ask on him directly, but it would be even funnier if we were like, so I don't know if you still have the sending stone, but is your mother the red beast of the sands?
That's what I'm saying. Your mom probably would love to know that what's going on here
Hi,
right
can you
now.
put your mom on the phone?
Yeah. Like, oh my god. It's right there. It's
Ugh. What were we fucking talking about?
well,
Okay.
I don't know. Fucking
Oh.
rip and tear until it's done.
So Muhar then,
Until it's done.
and I think say the
Everybody hands in.
are we doing this? Really?
Against all
Yeah.
the evil Harakir could conjure, we will
1,
send
2,
unto them
3.
only us.
1, 2, 3, Bone Naga.
1, 2, 3.
Go Naga.
Go Naga.
I'm going to
Yeah.
entangle Autumn, Aerith, Morn, Thea, and myself.
You do what now?
No, I can't. I'll leave myself out of that. It's Morn, Thea, Aerith, and Autumn. I'm gonna entangle. All right, 1 plus my charisma. It's 5. No, I do get myself. Just in case. It might not come up.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's confusing to read. Jesus, it's getting worse.
Yes, I know.
One day. As we move from here, heading toward Muhar, Thea, if you would, give me a perception check. 16. You see jackal tracks. And as you look forward, as we travel this day here, you see at the corner of your eye, you see a jackal, maybe like, 15 feet ahead of you, heading in the same direction. What do you do?
Uh-oh.
Are we being followed?
Don't know.
You keep
But I
looking
know
at
that
the local
jackal over
wildlife.
there.
You know that jackal over there.
Yeah.
Thea knows the jackal. Autumn knows the dog.
You see Aerith. Giles can speak to birds.
Kyle speaks the words.
What that? More and more, I wonder about my friends.
Wait, are we currently? We're currently walking, right?
Yeah, you're currently walking.
I'm
no
gonna
stopping.
I'm gonna mention in this moment. Giles has an owl on his shoulder.
What?
Describe what the owl looks like to the rest of the party.
Hold on, did it just spawn right now, or?
No, we all did
the
a double
owl-
take when we looked over at the comment about talking to birds, and there's a bird.
There's a bird on his shoulder.
Yeah, the owl is I'd say the size of a great horned owl. But its figures are it looks more like a sort of, I'd say, like a barn owl, if anything. It's a very large barn owl.
How
But
do we not see that?
There's no way that's been there this whole time.
Classic
It
desert
hasn't-
owl.
That hasn't made sound, has it? Those things, they just scream.
Has he fed it at all?
what are you guys talking about?
I have a
The
lot of
fucking owl on your
questions,
shoulder, my
Yeah.
guy.
Do you see that?
What do you got there,
I mean,
Russ?
Autumn,
Smoothie?
you looking at what I'm looking at, Autumn, or you see
I don't
Aerith
know.
kinda
This
putting it in.
dude? Oh yeah, his everyone
Oh, yeah?
meet my owl, Garamore. Garamore, say hi. Garamore will sort of
Yo. Yo.
yo, what's
Stop.
good?
What's
What's up,
good?
fam?
Yeah, type.
Who? No, who
Nice,
asked?
Who? Wait. You see Aerith like Garamore? Okay.
I just like
When did you get this?
I never thought I would be the normal one.
When did you get this owl? I mean, okay.
I'm gonna steal his kneecaps.
No,
I'm gonna do it.
I need
no,
those.
no,
I
don't.
To be
need
honest
those,
with
man.
you,
don't. Hey,
he only
wait.
needs one.
Be crippled, man. That'd be bad.
Have Garamore give me a
You should
dexterity saving
steal
throw.
them and then put them back, but on the opposite legs, so they're like backwards.
Swap his kneecaps.
Swap his kneecaps.
Holy, somehow that's worse.
Have Garamore give me a
Oh, it is.
dexterity saving throw real quick.
Let's see. What's
I'm
I'm gonna
all
put
the
your
shit.
elbows
What?
back inside out.
D20 plus what?
You're gonna be walking bow-legged.
Plus dexterity. For your owl.
Yeah, what's the? Hold on, I need to double check what
I
the
got you, I
owl's
got you, I
stat
got you.
is. Oh, you got me. All right, cool.
Yeah. It's going to be +1.
+1.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't notice it because you were all like, surprised and like looking at Giles. The jackal jumps up and tries to bite at the owl. He tried to bite
God.
at the owl. And you see-
Finally, something in this world makes sense.
You see Garamore like float off your shoulder and then like go to your other shoulder as the jackal like snaps and then like lands and rolls in the sand.
Yeah. I think after that, Kettle immediately makes a reactionary attack on the jackal.
Yeah, give me a attack roll.
Sick. Let's
wanna-
fucking go.
I wanna crawl inside my bag of holding.
I'm done.
That hits. As you hit it though, you bite it.
It does a 9 hit.
9 does not hit.
Okay. There's a Kettle goes to force strike this thing, and there's a flash, and Demi is rapier in hand, nowhere near in between the two, but just a glittering spark of blue fire, and Kettle is just veered off course a little bit. All right, calm down, everybody.
Remember that whole like thing about how we got to infiltrate a fucking cult?
Yeah.
Remember all that?
Yeah, that's why I got Garamore here.
Okay. I don't fucking. We'll talk about this. You should have brought this up when we were planning, for sure.
Yeah, that's a mark against you for sure.
I mean, fair. I mean, listen, it was a spur of the moment type of thing. Understandable.
What means spur of the moment?
Yeah,
When,
I just
when
got to
did
be
you get a
honest with
fucking
you,
bite?
Captain. This isn't like a spur of the moment situation.